very happy to introduce our latest series of videos. We filmed these in an IATF 16949 certified organisation, a Tier 1 supplier involved in the remanufacturing of used diesel particulate filters. With an ever-increasing focus on the environment and sustainability, remanufacturing in the automotive sector is continuing to increase. And for these remanufactured diesel particulate filters, it's essential that they are fully compliant with the stringent emissions legislation. The videos that you're going to see will show extracts of simulated IATF 16949 audits focused on the organisation's remanufacturing processes. So watch the videos and see if the auditor is undertaking the audits effectively. As always, we really welcome and value any feedback and comments, so please feel free to drop any comments under the videos.
So I want to move on to the next process step then, which is the booking in the goods in with inspection.
Absolutely.
I don't want to disturb the operator.
Yeah, okay.
So maybe you could talk me through what happens at this step.
Okay. So as the units were washed at the face wash, as you have seen before, they will be now inspected visually, so externally. We will look at if there is any defect on the substrate face for both sides, and also we will look at the can, if there is any damage or indentation. If there is any, we will check against the customer requirements, and if it's above the limit or under the limit, it could be a fail unit, so it will be put out of the flow. And if everything is okay, then we will book this unit in. Each unit will have its unique number in our system, and that enables us to track them, whatever the step in the process. So
and
that
marking is already on the product,
so,
is it?
Yeah, they are on most of the unit. There is already a serial number, but we create our own internal serial number based on this one. But we can track it in the whole process. Each step, we know perfectly where is this unit in the process.
Okay, and so we'll have a look at the inspection and the rejection a little bit later. What's the next step then that the lady is doing here?
So here she installed the unit in the part marker. The unit will be part marked, and after being part marked, we will go to this unit will go to the expurge. So expurge process will be cleaned internally with deionized water as well.
I just want to follow up on the failed filters from the inspection. I see in the control plan it talks about quarantine, and we record those in a database. Can you maybe firstly show me an example of why something has failed? Yeah,
so we would, as I said previously, we would look at the face substrate, and if there is any gouges, we would measure the gouge depth, also the gouge width and length. And depending on the criteria, and that's per customer, we would pass or fail this unit.
Could you show me an example of
for example,
failure?
we have here a ceramic damage. So we can see that there is a damage here. So the substrate is broken, and that means that, and this is deeper than what the criteria. So we need to fail this unit, and we won't process it further.
And what will happen to this now then?
So this one will then be gathered until we have a complete pallet, and then we will send them to a company that is specifically taking care of this kind of waste, because now they are waste. Absolutely.
No, thank you for that explanation.
You're welcome. Yeah.
In this video, the auditor is auditing the filter inspection process. As we saw in the earlier videos in this series, the used filters are received, stored and washed before this stage in the process where the inspection takes place. In remanufacturing, this is a key stage in the process, as this is the first check as to whether the used filters can be remanufactured or whether, due to damage, they need to be rejected. The auditor made good use of the PFMEA and control plan, but should have followed the trail to verify what were inspection standards available within the area that give guidance on whether the product is acceptable or unacceptable in terms of defects. After the inspection is made, the filters are engraved with a unique traceability number. This relates to IATF requirement 8.5.2.1, Identification and Traceability Supplemental. The auditor could follow the audit trails to see how traceability plans have been developed, taking into account any customer-specific requirements. Although the auditor challenged how non-conforming filters are identified, he could have followed up on how the units are disposed of and how the results of the inspection, including how many non-conforming filters, are communicated back to the customer. This partly relates to IATF requirement 8.7.1.7, non-conforming product disposition. It is critical that none of the non-conforming filters get back into the automotive supply chain and that they are disposed of in a legally compliant way. Customer communication is covered in ISO 9001 requirement 7.4 and also IATF 16949 requirement 5.3.1, organisation role, responsibilities and authorities supplemental. So let's summarize. In remanufacturing, the first point at which the product to be remanufactured is inspected is a key step in the process. Although the auditor used the PFMEA and control plan to drive questions, he should have spent more time verifying the inspection standards and also followed audit trails to the disposition of non-conforming product.